personal backroom. I couldn't think of a race where she didn't start to do her terrifying stalking. It was her most effective coping method for when I pissed her off, shit hit the fan, or both. This time, it was both. "What's our strategy?" I asked, desperately hoping she'd have an answer. If anyone knew how to revive our race, it would be Paula. "You want me to overtake my way to the top?" "That will have to do. You're all the way at the back of the grid because of the damned chassis mess from yesterday." Paula chewed on the inside of her cheek. "Pressure on the turns. That is what you do best." I nodded. "Okay. Pressure. I can do that." "You know," Paula shot me a look, "we wouldn't be in this position if you hadn't been overzealous in the qualifier." And here she goes again. I let out a laugh. "Jesus, Pauli, these things happen. Accidents happen." "Accidents in which our team has to break their backs on last-minute repairs?" Paula lowered her voice. "We all know you're number one, Mig, easily over Russo. But remember, you race for a team." I couldn't help but roll my eyes, recalling the million times prior that my big sister had given me this same talk. Well, she wasn't my big sister out here. She was my race engineer. Paula was exceptional at her job, and, in the pit, she immediately morphed into the devil in a windbreaker. As one of the team managers and my race engineer, Paula de la Fuente was the only person allowed to speak to me once I was in the vehicle. She was in charge of the ultimate race outcome, and, with that prestigious a job, she was responsible for the failures as well as the successes, say, a broken chassis from pushing too hard in qualifiers. Paula smacked my arm. Evidently, my eye roll had not gone undetected. "Yeah, Miguel, we cannot lose this title lead because you decided to be a cowboy." "That term is in my job description." I tapped the logo of the red and green crown and shield on my white racing suit. "Cowboy." I shot Paula a grin as I left the garage and made my way to our car with the crew, ignoring her exasperated expression. I could already smell the blistering tires, and like it did every race, the scent took over my senses, bringing me back to the beginning. My childhood reeked of gas and rubber. I grew up in go-karts, same as my father, and his father before him. Addiction to racing was in my blood. Sparks that flew when the back of your car scraped the asphalt, vicious chicane curves, neck-jarring crashes, and hazy smoke clouds. It wasn't something that the De La Fuentes chose. It was simply destiny, through which my late grandfather brought the family into the lucrative racing circuit known to the world as Formula One. The De La Fuentes are assholes of the highest degree. We hail from Barcelona. We hate staying still. We worship the Barca Football Club. We love money, and we waste it on aged wine cellars. We have raced in Formula One for 3 generations now. From the moment my grandfather sat down in a race car, we have had only one goal: to place podium in the Drivers' Championship title, maybe even win the championship, which, so far, nobody had accomplished. It was my promise to the De La Fuente family that I would try my very best to bring the title home before the end of my career. Paula, though she was as much a cutthroat competitive De La Fuente as the rest of us, once suggested this pompous attitude was an attribute of too much toxic masculinity. Our father just chuckled at that. "Paulita, delicate female necks are not built to withstand 6 Gs. Everyone may have cracked up at that, but, as unfortunate as it was for Paula, Papa was right. At its core, racing is a uniform sport. It is fueled by a community that discourages change, unless that change makes the cars go faster and names jump up the leaderboards. So, over time, my sister, like the rest of us, reluctantly fell into step with the rest of the Formula One world. She unhappily resigned herself to accept F1's machismo when her attempts to recruit